Wait, don't scroll, because what Rashmika Mandanna does in Thamma is very different from the energetic commercial roles audiences usually associate her with. This is not just cute expressions, not just glamorous screen presence, not just romantic chemistry. Moments. She feels soft and emotionally warm. And then suddenly, the mood changes. Her silence becomes uncomfortable. Her expressions become unreadable. The atmosphere becomes darker. And honestly, that unpredictability adds tension to the film, because audiences never fully know what emotional direction her scenes will take next. Now let's talk about her screen presence. Rashmika has always had strong emotional accessibility. Audiences connect with her very quickly. But Thamma changes how that connection works. Instead of making her instantly comforting, the film creates distance around her character, which is smart, because mystery becomes part of her identity in the movie. The cinematography constantly supports this. The camera often focuses on eye expressions, slow reactions, silence, shadow-heavy close-ups. And honestly, Rashmika performs surprisingly well inside this darker visual style. Another important detail is body language. Usually in romantic commercial films, her movements are energetic and playful, but here, everything becomes slower, more controlled, more restrained. This creates emotional tension. Even small gestures start feeling meaningful. A look away, a pause before speaking, a slight expression shift. These moments become important because the movie depends heavily on atmosphere, and Rashmika adapts well to that atmospheric storytelling. Now let's discuss chemistry, because one of the biggest talking points of Thamma was her pairing with Ayushmann Khurrana. This pairing feels different from standard Bollywood romance dynamics. There's attraction, but also emotional uncertainty. At times the chemistry feels sweet, at other times it feels dangerous, and that contrast becomes one of the strongest emotional hooks of the film. Because the relationship constantly shifts between romance, curiosity, fear, and emotional attachment. And honestly, that emotional instability makes the pairing memorable. Another major strength of Rashmika's performance is expression control. She avoids overacting, which is extremely important in fantasy horror films, because exaggerated acting can completely destroy tension. Instead, she keeps reactions subtle, and subtle acting often feels more believable in supernatural settings, especially during emotional scenes. Her eyes carry most of the emotional information. The film constantly uses close-up cinematography to capture those silent reactions. And because Rashmika naturally has expressive eyes, those scenes become visually effective. Now, let's talk about visual presentation. The styling in Thamma moves away from mainstream glamorous Bollywood fashion. Instead, the film creates a Gothic romantic aesthetic around her. Dark color palettes, moody lighting, soft, mysterious framing. And honestly, this aesthetic suits her surprisingly well, because it reveals a different side of her screen image. Less commercial, more cinematic. Another interesting thing is tonal balance. The Maddock Horror Universe often mixes humor with tension, which means actors must constantly shift between emotional scenes, romantic moments, comedy timing, horror atmosphere. And Rashmika handles these transitions naturally, especially because she already has strong commercial timing from Telugu and Kannada cinema. But here, that commercial energy becomes more controlled, more mature, which makes the performance feel fresh. One thing audiences especially appreciated was that she didn't try to dominate scenes aggressively. Instead, she allowed mystery to become part of the performance. And honestly, that restraint made her character more interesting. Now let's discuss audience response. Many viewers praised her chemistry with Ayushmann, emotional expressions, darker screen presentation, subtle acting style, iOS character energy. And importantly, many audiences felt this role showed a more cinematic side of Rashmika beyond mainstream commercial glamour. Because for years, people mostly associated her with energetic commercial films, cute romantic roles, mass audience appeal. But Thamma adds atmosphere and mystery to her screen image. And that evolution matters. Fire, especially for long-term career growth. Because actors survive longer when they expand emotional range. And Thamma becomes an important step in that direction for her. Final thought.